We gotta get ready, get ready. We gotta get ready, get ready.
Hey, good evening, everyone. Good evening, good evening. And how's everyone today? I pray you all are doing well. Um, I am Judy, and like I said, I'm on here every Tuesday and Thursday, real talk, and basically, and like I said, I'm on here every Tuesday and Thursday, real talk, and basically just to share some things. Excuse me, some things that the Lord has given me to share. And today I just want to talk a little bit about forgiveness. Forgiveness. Yeah, I know it's hard to forgive people sometimes. People do certain things and whatever, but sometimes it's hard to have forgiveness or to forgive someone. So, what is forgiveness? What do you feel forgiveness? I mean, we all kind of know a definition of forgiveness, but for forgiving, it's like, what does it mean to forgive someone? What does it really mean to forgive someone? And to forgive someone means to let go of anger, resentment, or the desire to revenge against someone who has hurt, offended, or disappointed you. It does not mean that the person did what. It doesn't mean that what the person did was okay, or that you forgot the hurt. Instead, it means you are choosing to release the emotional burden and pain and not allow the offense to control your heart or your future. So yeah, forgiveness is huge. Forgiveness for one. So yeah, forgiveness is huge. Forgiveness for one thing. We have to forgive. And like I said, we all go through certain things and experience certain things with people, but like, what would Jesus do? Jesus forgave. Jesus forgave. You know what I'm saying? And we have to forgive. We have to forgive others for things that they may have done. And like I said, it's not easy. Forgiveness is not easy. I'm going to tell you, forgiveness is the decision to stop holding something against someone. And I'm going to tell you just from experience myself, because one thing I've learned, when you hold something against a person and you don't, because one thing I've learned, when you hold something against a person and you don't forgive them, it just makes things difficult. It just makes things harder. I mean, it's hard for the Lord to do anything for you when you're holding a grudge or resentment or something towards somebody. You have to forgive. You have to learn to forgive other people. And like I said, another thing, it's a process. It's a process that could take time and emotional healing to when it comes to forgiving. Because some people have been like seriously hurt, wounded, what have you. But you have to have the heart, to forgive, to want to forgive them. Okay, so I have some often done more than your own peace and well-being than the other person. An act of grace showing mercy even when it's not deserved. Now, forgiveness doesn't mean you have to continue a toxic relationship, or you accuse your excuse or the wrong behavior, or they're showing the behavior, or you automatically restore trust. Trust must be rebuilt over time. So let me just go here real quick. It says, what does the Bible say about forgiveness? What does the Bible say about forgiveness? Because that's what's important. That's what's important. And the Bible speaks often about the powerful and forgiveness, both receiving it from God and offering it to others. We receive it from God and offer it to others. And a lot of times, like I said, we don't want to offer forgiveness to nobody because we feel like, hey, you know, you did this, so I'm not about to offer you no forgiveness or forgive. But you have to. We are called to forgive others. Like it says in the Bible, in Matthew verses 6, 14 through 15, it says, for if you forgive other people when they sin against you, your heavenly Father will also forgive you. But if you I'd rather forgive everybody, because I do not want my heavenly Father not to forgive me. And you know, as well as I know, that we have done some things, some sinful things that we know that only God will forgive us. I mean, God forgives us. He is that type of God. He won't hold nothing against us. You go to him, he will forgive you of your sins. And we have to show that. I mean, this shows how deeply God values forgiveness in its core as part of Christian life. God will show forgiveness. We need to show that forgiveness. And like I said, I know it's not easy. It's not an easy thing to do, to show forgiveness, especially when you've been wronged by other people. You might have been wronged by somebody at work, a boss, maybe somebody you was dating, what have you. But you know, it really takes a lot to forgive, but only God is the only one that can give you that, where you can forgive someone else. Forgiveness reflects God's grace. So, and the Bible says in Ephesians chapter 4, verse 32, be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving each other just as Christ forgave you. You have to. It's there, y'all. And it's not even something I'm coming up with. This is what the word says about forgiving. Forgiveness. You have to forgive. You can't walk around holding no grudge. I don't care. You can't walk around and think you're gonna retaliate against a person. You don't have to retaliate against a person, because God said vengeance is his. Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. So that's not something that you have to do. You don't have to go around and try to make your, vengeance is his. Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. So that's not something that you have to do. You don't have to go around and try to make your, or get back at the person. You just don't have to, because God's gonna take care of it. Trust me when I tell you. Well, if you've been wronged by somebody, and you forgave them anyhow, you was wronged by that person, and you forgave them. Don't think that they just gonna get off. God gonna handle it. God is gonna handle it. Okay, so it says, we forgive because God has forgiven us. We pass on the mercy we receive. God shows us mercy. We have to show other people mercy. Thank you guys for joining. We have to show other people mercy, just like God shows us mercy. Forgiveness also brings healing. It brings healing. Once you forgive, it brings healing. Bear with each other and forgive one another. If any of you have any grievance against someone, forgive as the Lord forgave you. So this is the thing. If someone has wronged you, you can go to that person and let hey, listen, I forgive you. Now, whether or you can go to that person and let hey, listen, I forgive you. Now, whether or not they ever, you can go to that person and be like, I forgive you because my Heavenly Father forgave me. So you can show mercy. But that's and I'm not gonna lie to y'all, that could be the hardest thing sometimes. That could be the hardest things, even for me. Sometimes, and I'll be like, and I know that person wrong. I know that person did me wrong. I know the person did me wrong. And I was still, I'm not saying I'm gonna go to that person right away. I'm not gonna go right away. But I know me, and I'm not trying to block my blessing either. I'm not. I'm trying to do what's right. I'm gonna do what's right, and I am going to let the person know, hey, I forgive you. I forgive you for whatever it is that they might have done. Whatever it is. Now, does that mean I have to trust them and, be like we were before? No. You don't. You can forgive somebody, but that don't mean you gotta, y'all be buddies again or whatever, because now it can happen. Yeah, it can happen. But it just depends upon you and the person. Okay, so forgiveness promotes peace, healing, and reconciliation, not just in relationships, but in your heart. If you will get a peace, knowing that you forgave the person, God will give you peace. I talked on here before about peace, having the peace of God. You need that peace that passes all understanding. You need the peace. You need his peace, y'all. I'm telling you. Um, Another thing, something else I wanted to say. Well, I had a few things on here about forgiveness. Um, Another thing, something else I wanted to say. Well, I had a few things on here about forgiveness. Forgiveness is not always easy, especially when the pain runs deep. But if it's your gift, but it is a gift you give yourself as much as the other person. It's an act of freedom, love, and obedience to God. The Bible reminds us that just as we are forgiven, we are called to forgive even when it's hard. See? Even when it's hard. Still. Even when it's hard. Especially when it's real deep or deep hurt or betrayal. When somebody betrayed you, that's hard. That is hard to forgive when someone betrayed you. But listen, God forgave us. God forgave us. If He could forgive us of the things that we do, we should be able to forgive whoever it is that might have hurt us. And like I said, it can be. I know if it's something deep and really, really deep. I know that it might take a minute. That might take a minute to get that to tell somebody you forgive them for doing XYZ. But God will, you know what? God will give you that peace. He will give you that peace after you forgave them. Because that one thing about it, you have to have a peace about it in the first place in order to forgive somebody. Because if you ain't really have a peace within yourself about what the person did, you're not trying to forgive nobody. You're not trying to forgive nobody. And how can we forgive? How can we forgive? How can we forgive? For one thing, we can acknowledge the pain. Acknowledge the pain. Before you can forgive, you must be honest about what happened and how it affected you. Pretending you're not hurt only delays healing. Be real with yourself. Be real with God in yourself. So you have to acknowledge the pain. Acknowledge what it is. Like I said, be real with yourself. You can't pretend that the hurt isn't there. So once you realize and know, okay, yeah, this has really hurt me. I'm really hurt by this. You got to acknowledge that. You got to acknowledge it and be real with God and yourself. Be like, this hurts me deeply and I need healing. God will heal you from the hurt. He will heal you from your hurt. Because that's the type of guy He is, y'all. That is the type of God He is. He will heal you of your hurt. Then you got to choose to forgive even if you don't feel like it. Even if you don't feel like forgiving, you still got to forgive. Because forgiveness begins with a decision, not a feeling. I'm going to say that one more time. Forgiveness begins with a decision and not a feeling. It's not how we feel, because if we go by how we feel, we're never gonna forgive the person. Because you know why? We're gonna be feeling angry. We're gonna be mad. We like, I'm not trying to hear nothing. You're gonna be feeling hurt. It can't be. But like I said, forgiveness begins with a decision, not a feeling. You may not feel like forgiving, but you can still choose to release the offense in God's hand. Give it to God. You give it to God. That's all you got to do. Give it to God. And I'm telling you, even though it's hard, the Lord will help you. Like I said, Lord, I choose to forgive. I choose to forgive them for doing XYZ to me. I choose to forgive, but it's hard, and I'm going to need your help to help me forgive what that person did to me. And He will help you. Like I said, it's a choice. It's a choice. So you have this, Lord, like I said, Lord, I choose to forgive even though it's hard. And we all know that it's hard sometimes to choose to forgive. Don't nobody listen. In the times that we're living in now, people are just, I don't know. People need Jesus. Basically, that's just the bottom line. I'm just gonna be real, because That's what my show is all about, real talk. People just need Jesus because the times that we're living in now, I'm telling you, people are not trying to forgive nobody. People are not trying to be kind to nobody. There's no compassion. There is nothing. People are not. I'm telling you. That's what, like I said, people are not. I'm telling you. That's what, like I said, people, you just need Jesus. People just need Jesus. Basically, in blank period. Release the offense into God's hands. Whatever it is, give it to him. He waiting for you to come to give him the problem. Whatever the issues are. He's waiting. He's waiting. It's just us that takes so long. It's us. Hey, Cherie. Is that Cherie? Yeah. Thanks for joining. It's us that that takes so long. It's not God. It's not God at all. Another thing is remember God's forgiveness for you. Remember his forgiveness for you. When it's hard to forgive, think about how much God has forgiven you. Think about it, y'all. All the things that we have done that we know ain't right. Things that we have said to other people that we know ain't right. Just a lot of things. But God forgave us. He forgives us. He forgives us with no question, with no doubt. But it's so hard for us to forgive others. And I'm telling you, I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect by no means. Because I still, at times, I deal with it. People could do stuff right in front of your face. People that you've been friends with forever. And then you be like, wow, what? But you know what? Forever. And then you be like, wow, what? But you know what? I had a certain situation, y'all, where I had to forgive. Boy, I struggled. I struggled with it. I struggled with it. For quite some time, I struggled with it. But it was really bothering me. And I was like, Lord, you know what? I'm going to need you to help me on this one because I know I need to forgive. I know I need to forgive. Because you forgave me for things that I've done. So who am I? I am no better. I'm no better. And I know that I needed to forgive. But it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. But you know what? I forgave the person and I moved on. I moved on. Because like I said, I did what I had to do. I struggled with it for a minute. Like I said, I'm not going to lie. I struggled with it for a minute. And I was just like, yo, I'm not, what? Forget? I don't know. This person did X, Y, and Z. I'm not about to. No, I'm not. But how can I expect God to do anything, and especially knowing that God forgave me for my sins? God forgave me. So who am I not to forgive somebody else? Even when I don't want to. But like I said, I had to pray. And I like, Lord, I choose to give it to you. I can't do nothing. I'm going to need you to help me so I can let that person know that I forgive them. And let me tell you something, y'all. When he did that, when I felt that, I was just like, okay, I can go ahead. I was more than happy to go tell the person, you know what, I forgive you. I forgive you. And the funny thing about it, y'all, is they act like they don't even know what I'm talking about. Like, how are you not going to know what you did? And I'm forgiving you. How are you not going to know? Tell me that. How are you not going to know that you did something and I came to you and told you that I forgive you, and then you like, what? And I'm just like, you know what? Regardless to whether you remember or not, I still forgive you. Because that's what Jesus would want me to do, because he forgave me. So that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So it said, so I have on here, so when it's hard to forgive, think about how much God has forgiven you. We forgive others not because they deserve it, but because we have been shown grace to. Like I said, they don't deserve it, But because God showed us grace and show us mercy and forgiveness, we should be able to do the same. Now, one thing about it, you're not going to be able to do any of this if you don't have a relationship with God, because it's going to take God to help you to be able to forgive somebody, because you're not going to be able to do it on your own. And I say it all the time on here. You need to have a relationship. You need to have an intimate relationship with the Lord, because it's forgiveness, showing forgiveness is not going to happen on your own, because you're going to already feel some type of way about forgiving a person anyway. So forgiveness is not, you're going to need Jesus to help you. Truth be told, in order for you to show that forgiveness. Forgive each other just as in Christ forgave you. That's what you have to do. And then pray for the person who hurt you. That's another thing, y'all. That's another thing. Pray for the person that hurt you. You have to pray for the person that hurt you. We still got to pray for our enemies regardless. No matter how much we don't and we don't care for them, you still have to. That shows maturity in Christ, y'all. That shows maturity. Hey, Shamika. Is it Shamika? Thanks for joining. Hopefully I didn't say your name wrong. But you have to pray for those that hurt you. This is powerful. Even if it's just a short prayer, if it shifts your heart from bitter to mercy, pray for the person that hurts you. That will help you with forgiveness. I'm telling you, it would help you. Yeah, you know, I'm like, Lord, why I got to pray for this person that hurt me though? Like, really? But you know what? I had to do it. I had to do it. Pray for the person that hurt you. Pray for your enemies. You have to. That took me a while to learn, y'all. I'm telling you, that took me a while to learn to pray for my enemies. Not like I got a whole bunch, because I don't. But I'm just saying, you know, pray for those, even, and not so much enemies for me, but it was just people, some people that I work with. Some people that I work with was just like, you know, I felt the vibes. I knew them spirits. I knew them spirits for real. I had to pray. Pray for them. You know, I had to pray for them as well. And God, and I'm telling you, God, He will change things. He will change things for you. He will change them for you. And yeah, so pray for the person who hurts you. Let go of the right to retaliate. Yeah, we don't have to retaliate. God gonna do it Himself. He said, "Vengeance is mine," saith the Lord, which means you don't have to do nothing. I got this. He got it. God gonna do it. He gonna do it. You don't have to worry about it. He's going to do it. Whatever it is that happened to you, whatever the person did or whoever, you don't have to retaliate. Because trust me, it's going to be worse when it comes from God and not you. God going to do just what He got to do to the person. I'm not saying that He going to, you know, strike them down or nothing like that. But I'm just saying, like He said, vengeance is His. He got this. You don't have to do nothing. You continue to pray for the person, because He going to take care of the rest. And that's something else that I learned. I can't do it myself. I never felt where I had, let me say this. I've never been in a position where I felt like I had to retaliate. I don't have to retaliate, because I know that God will take care of whatever the situation is. He's going to take care of it. I don't have to worry about it. I never have to worry about stuff like that, because I know, you know, if, for one thing, God is never going to give you more than you can handle anyways. And then I'm not going to have to be in a position where I got to try to do it myself, because He don't want you to do it yourself anyways. That's what He's there for. Come to Him. And yo, I go to him all the time, every day, all day, about something. Because that's what he is my father, and I can do that just like you can do it. If I need to go to him about somebody and I need to show forgiveness to them and I'm not feeling it, I need him to help me out with that, because Lord, I need you to help me. Help me to let that person know that I forgive them. Or if they did something to me, and Lord, listen, I'm gonna need you to do something, because I'm not trying to retaliate. But I know you said vengeance is yours, so I don't have to worry about it. But I might need you to move a little quick. I need you to just come on a little bit. Just come on. Because, I'm like I said, I'm not one for retaliating. I don't have to retaliate. Y'all don't have to retaliate. I promise you, take it to God. God will handle it. He will handle it. With no question, he will. You don't even have to worry about it. Just like I said, do not take revenge, but leave it. Leave room for God's wrath. That's it right there, y'all. Leave room for God's wrath. Then it said, ask God to heal your heart. That's big. Ask God. Forgiveness doesn't always remove pain immediately, but God can heal the wounds that others cause. Wow. I'm gonna read that again. I wrote that down. I'm gonna read that again. Ask God to heal your heart. Forgiveness doesn't always remove the pain immediately, but God can heal the wounds that others cause. So the pain might not go away right away. And I mean, it takes time. It's going to take some time. But God can heal your wounds. He will heal your wounds that others cause. Other people cause. He will heal those wounds. The pain might still be there for a minute or so. And I say a minute, I don't mean like a minute. But the pain might be there for a while. But he will heal those wounds that other people cause. I'm a witness to that, y'all. One thing about it, I'm not going to get on here and tell y'all nothing that I don't live myself or that I haven't been through myself. I've been through hurt. I've been through pain. But I still trust God in the process of it all. I still do. And like he said, forgiveness doesn't always remove pain. Immediately, it doesn't. But God can heal the wounds that others cause. That's a mighty God. What a mighty God we serve. If God can heal the wounds that others caused. He can heal those wounds. If you trust him and let him, he can heal those wounds. And all you got to do is say, Lord, heal my heart and help me to move forward. That's it. Lord, heal my heart and help me to move forward. Because this right here, this is a bit much for me. But I know, Lord, that you can heal my heart and you can help me to move forward. And that's not easy. And one thing about it, when you pray that, Lord, heal my heart and help me move forward, believe it. Believe that he will heal your heart and he will help you move forward. He will. You just got to believe it and know. Because one thing about God, if he said it, he gonna do it. And another thing, he might not come when you want him to, but he's always on time. And it's the same with this right here. Lord, heal my heart and help me move forward. Because he will heal your heart, and he definitely will help you move forward. I'm a witness. Like I said, I'm not telling y'all something that I haven't experienced myself or go through. I would not ever get on here and tell y'all anything that I have not experienced myself or believe myself. Because one thing about it, I believe in God's word and I believe in God. And I've seen God do things for me in my life. And that's why I get on here. I get on here, because I feel like, well, the Lord had told me a while back ago anyways, but like I said, the things that I've gone through previously, health-wise and stuff, I had to get on here. It was like he was pushing me, get on there and let people know what I've done for you. And that's just why I'm on here. You know, I could find other things to do because I do this on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I could find other things to do on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7 o'clock. But I choose to be obedient to the Lord, and I choose to get on here and tell you guys what the Lord has given me and what I've gone through. Because like I said, everything that I tell you on here, I've gone through it. I've gone through it, or I can still be going through it. With the forgiveness. I mean, you know, like I said, it ain't easy to forgive. It's not easy to forgive. But I choose to forgive because that's what Jesus did for me. So with everything I say on here, I'm saying it to you and I'm saying it back to myself. Because I know how it is when it comes to forgiveness and being hurt. And having to ask the Lord to heal your heart and help you move forward. That's hard. That can be hard. That can be hard, and you could feel lonely, all of that. But you're never alone. You might feel alone, but you're never alone. You know, I remember before I got married, you know, I only been married now for 2 years. This is my second marriage, but I've only been married for 2 years, but I was single for a good little while by myself. And I was just like, and I won't say that I was always lonely, because I was just like, that my friends was like, girl, you don't feel, you ain't alone, you ain't lonely or nothing like that. You don't feel alone or nothing. And I was just like, no, I said, I might feel a little bit lonely or something, but I'm not alone. Because I knew Jesus, I knew he was right there. He was right there with me. He was there with me in my heart. He was there. Yeah, there was times where, you know, but I've never been the type of person that go out, go to clubs, or, you know, even when I was single after my first marriage, I was single for a good little while. For quite some years. And I wasn't dating or anything because I really wasn't, you know, I wasn't looking to date and anything right now. You know, I had to learn me. I had to get to know me. I had to know who Judy was. Because I had totally lost my identity when I was married. In the person. You know, and with the children. So you just kind of put yourself, I really just put myself on a back burner, basically. And did the wife duties and, you know, around the house with the children, stuff like that. But, you know, during that singleness time, that's when I had a chance to get to know who I am. What is my purpose? What was my purpose? I was like, Lord, what is my purpose? I need to know what my purpose is. Because I didn't know. But he definitely let me know what my purpose is. And I'm walking in my purpose. This is part of the purpose that he gave me. And I'm sharing what he's done for me so others can know that he is no respecter of person. If he did it for me, he could do it for you too. He would do it for you too. But you got to trust him and you got to have a relationship with him. Because it's not just going to, you know, like I said, it ain't just going to happen. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to happen. As I said, the forgiveness is not going to come if you don't have a relationship with the Lord and seek him and ask him to help you to forgive. You need to show forgiveness to whatever this person might have said or done to you. And like I said, it's not easy. It's never easy. But God will make it, I'm telling you, God will make it all right for you. You just got to come to him. You just got to come to him. Repeat this. And sometimes forgiveness is not a one-time act, but a daily decision. If the hurt resurfaces, bring it back to God again. Now that right there, that's facts right there, y'all. That's facts right there. Because sometimes forgiveness is not a one-time act. It's not a one-time act. But it's a daily decision. It's a daily decision to forgive. It's a daily decision. And like I said, if the I'm got to go bring it back to the Lord. Lord, listen, I'm I'm trying to get through this. I'm trying to get through this. Help me to get through this because it keeps coming back. It keeps resurfacing. I need you to help me. I need you to help me. It keeps resurfacing. And he will. He will. You just got to trust him. Because he already know. Y'all, he already know. He knew that it resurfaced back again. He just want to see if you're going to come back to him. And ask him to help you. To continue to help you. Because that's so true. Forgiveness is not a one-time act. It's a daily decision. Excuse me. It's a daily decision. It's something that you got to do on a daily basis. A daily basis, especially if you're struggling. Even if you're not struggling, you still got to, it's still something you got to do on a daily basis. Forgiveness is not a process, forgiveness is not a process and not a shortcut. It's not a process or a shortcut. It's okay if it takes time. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting the hurt. And it doesn't always mean restoring the relationship. But it does free your heart from carrying the weight of anger, resentment, and bitterness. Now that's a fact right there, y'all. I'm telling you, that's a fact right there. It's okay. It's okay. Forgiveness is a process, not a shortcut. It's okay. It's okay. Forgiveness is a process, not a shortcut. I'm just going to read that again. It's a process, not a shortcut. It's okay if it takes time. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting the hurt. You're not going to forget the hurt. And it doesn't always mean restoring the relationship. It doesn't always mean you're going to restore the relationship again. Especially depending on what the situation was. It doesn't mean you're always going to restore the relationship. But it does free your hurt from carrying the weight and anger, resentment, and bitterness. Because you don't want to carry that. You don't want to carry that. The anger, the weight, the bitterness. That would just tear you down. It would just tear you down. You don't want to walk around carrying that weight, that anger, bitterness. Because then that'll just, won't nobody want to have nothing to do with you anyways by then. Because you're still walking around with that unforgiveness. And a lot of times, even though it might not be towards whoever you run into, people could, I'm telling you could tell from people's disposition, how they look. That when something ain't right or something going on, well, at least I can. You know, so you don't want to carry around, you definitely don't want to carry around the weight, the anger, the resentment, and bitterness. You just don't. Forgiveness is not a process. Forgiveness is a process, not a shortcut. It's not a shortcut, y'all. It's not a shortcut. We all have to. We all got to forgive. It's important. Forgiveness is important. You know, and just ask God to help you. He'll help you with it. He'll help you to forgive. He will help you to forgive. That's it. So yeah, that's basically it. I just wanted to get on here for a little bit just to, talk about forgiveness and letting you know that God forgives us. If he can forgive you, then you can forgive whoever hurts you. It's a process. I know. It's a process. But you can. I did it. And like I said, still to this day, because people always somebody gonna always do something that's gonna make you mad or whatever. Something. That's just the times that we're in right now. Somebody's gonna always say something to you out of pocket. A friend, whoever, gonna say something to you or whatever. And then, or you might hear something about something somebody said about you or whatever. And then, it's like, okay, here we go. Then you don't want to talk to the person. Then you're carrying resentment, bitterness, or you thinking about retaliating. Don't do it. Pray. Ask God to help you to forgive the person. And that don't mean it's going to happen overnight. It don't mean it's going to happen next week. But God will help you. He will help you to forgive, to be able to go and let the person know, hey, you know what? I forgive you for doing that. I forgive you. And however it ends after that, whether you decide to, I don't know, whatever the relationship is, friendship, whatever, if you decide to keep going with it, then so be it. You know what I'm saying? But forgiveness is huge. Being able to forgive is huge. And it's important. I've learned, I'm still learning, and you can too. You can do the same. So on that note, y'all, I'm going to get ready and go. Thank you guys for joining, stopping by, what have you. Like I said, I'm always on here on Tuesdays at 7, Thursdays at 7. I'm on Facebook Live on Mondays at 7:30 because I do live. I always have on Mondays on Facebook Live, I always have a special guest on with me, and they're sharing their testimonies and everything like that. So so on that note, you guys have a blessed evening, and I will see you all on next Tuesday when I come back on here on live. You guys have a safe and blessed 4th of July. And again, I will see you all on next Tuesday, God willing. I will see you all back here on next Tuesday at 7 p.m. Have a blessed night. Love you guys.
We gotta get ready, get ready. We gotta